Hello friends, how are you doing? Day 1525. Hope you're doing amazing. Just got home from my brother's place. Had a little bit of a family dinner. My sis came back to visit from Kitchener. So we had a little bit of a family dinner. And then I dropped her off at her friend's place in North Van. So today, actually, I want to come in and share with you a communication tool. I've been watching the Time to Rise Summit that Tony Robbins is doing right now. It's a free 3-day event. He added the fourth bonus day. And one of the things that he actually shared was a communication tool. And I'd like to share that with you. And so the formula is called SEW, S-E-W. And it was actually developed by Dr. Julie Colwell. Okay, Colwell, C-O-L-W-E-L-L. And so she actually developed this method to create a simple method to communicate effectively without conflict. And this is in a relationship, okay, romantic relationship. And so for the S, it stands for sensations, okay? And so what you want to do is you want to describe what's happening to you physically, okay? That way, instead of saying, you made me feel, because when you say you made me feel, you're blaming somebody else. And when you do that, people tend to get defensive. And so if you describe what's happening to you physically, it's inarguable. Okay, for example, you say, I feel tightness in my chest, or my throat feels dry, or my stomach is tense, I have a knot in the stomach, whatever it is, right? Whatever the physical sensation is. And another thing that it does, it takes you out of your emotions and into your head. Okay? Because when we're emotional, we tend to not think rationally. We start to make up stories and start to blame others, and it's not typically a beautiful picture. And so again, why is this so effective when you share your sensations? It's because nobody can argue with how you feel physically. Okay, it's a fact, right? This is how you feel. Okay, so E, you might be able to guess, is emotions. Okay, so what are you feeling? Okay, so after you describe what's happening to you physically, talk about your emotions. Okay, there are 5 main core emotions, and it should be one of these or even a combination of these. Okay, so number 1 is sad. Okay, right, you're feeling down. Number 2, second core emotion is mad. So when you're mad, that's also, if you're angry or frustrated, okay, that also falls under that core emotion. The third core emotion is scared. Okay, so also fearful or uncertainty, right? So if you're feeling those things, it's under the umbrella, if you will, of scared. Fourth emotion is glad. That's when you're happy, you're loving. It's a positive emotion. And then the fifth core emotion is being excited or surprised, okay? And that's also, when you're feeling passionate or energized or sexually aroused, okay? So all those things kind of encompass the fifth core emotion, okay? And so why is this one important? Well, it removes the blame and it actually makes communication open and honest, okay? And so the first 3 core emotions, being sad, mad, or scared, typically happens, it's what we feel when we don't get what we want. Okay? And then, like I said, with those 5 core emotions, you can feel 2 or even 3 of those emotions at one time, depending on the situation. Okay? But you want to be expressing the emotion that you're feeling in that moment. Okay, about the situation. Again, it's about being open and honest, and hopefully your partner can be a safe space for you to be able to share that. Okay, and then of course the last letter is W. And this is what most people forget, is what do you want? Okay, because what that does is shift your focus. Instead of focusing on the problem, you're now focusing on the solution. Okay, so where your energy goes is what grows. Okay, so what do you want? It might be like, I want to feel close to you. I want to be able to let go of this. I want us to move forward together. Whatever it is, okay, you need to share what it is you actually want to happen with the situation, with the circumstances. Okay, and why is this effective? because it removes blame and it creates connection with your partner. Okay? And so Tony Robbins says that when you use the SOAL method, arguments disappear because now there's nothing to argue about. And typically what creates conflict actually is when we make up stories or give meaning to what just happened. And then we start to, because of our stories, we start to blame other people. And typically our stories and the meaning that we attach to something typically comes from our past experiences. And so what you're doing is what you're doing actually, if you think about it, is you are reliving a past experience with a current event that may or may not even be true. And so one of the things with men and women, we're very different. Okay, typically men, when we come to a conflict or a problem, we try to solve it, right? And women, the feminine, again, we all have masculine and feminine. Feminine, usually they want to be understood, they want to be heard. Okay, and so in discussions, men, we usually don't go deep in our feelings, but women, they often don't know what they're feeling until they're asked. And so as men, we have to try not to solve the problem all the time, and instead draw out what your partner is actually feeling and not assume anything. And so anyways, unfortunately, I don't have a partner to practice this with. So if you do, hopefully this will help you. But it's another tool. It's another emotional tool to put in your toolbox. Because at the end of the day, I think we all want to have a healthy, long-term, loving relationship with a partner. But if the only tool you have in your toolbox is a hammer, every time you have conflict, you're going to grab that hammer and try to fix the problem. But if that tool is not the right tool, you'll never be able to actually create that relationship that you want. So instead, what you want to develop different emotional tools. Maybe put a drill in that toolbox. Maybe put a level on that toolbox to make sure you're on the same page, right? Or maybe a saw is what you need. Ooh, saw. Again, this is just another tool that you can put into your toolbox. This one's specific for communication. Okay? But anyways, hopefully that helps you. But there's so much to learn. Try not to overwhelm yourself with anything, too much information. Just add one thing at a time. Practice it. Try to learn it. Try to internalize it. And then use it for future conflicts. Okay? Hope you all do amazing. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.